girls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rye and this is Rye's Reading Corner. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my fantasy books that I would like to prioritize over the next couple of months. Hello, I'm Rye and this is Rye's Reading Corner. This is the first time you are seeing my face. If you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do so. It's super easy and it really helps my channel grow. So as you could tell from the thumbnail, my little introduction, today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the fantasy books that I would like to prioritize. So I've really gotten into fantasy and I really want to continue working through some of these fantasy books that are really well known that I've not read yet and I have a lot of interest in, or some of these that are actually not as known and I really want to just check them out. So I thought it would be nice to kind of make a video to hold myself accountable about the fantasy books that I really want to focus on. So when I play TBR Jenga, I will reference this video and make sure I am pulling books off this when I'm in a fantasy mood. So there is a mixture of YA and adult fantasy. I am really trying to work my way more into the adult fantasy genre. However, I still have some YA books that I am super stoked and interested in reading. So we're going to start with my adult ones. I do have it timestamped down below if you only want to see my adult or my YA, but we are going to start with my adult books first. First one I want to prioritize is Middle Game by Shawnee McGuire. I've heard really great things about this one. I really like the Wayward Children series that was written by Shawnee McGuire, so I'm hoping I will like the writing style in this as well. I know how this has to do with twins. I know like Ro from Wandering World really liked this book, and also obviously Kayla from Books and Lala absolutely loves Middle Game. It's one of her favorite books, so I am really excited. I absolutely love this cover and I love the black mat on it, and I've had this for quite some time, so I really need to get to this one. The next adult fantasy book that I would like to prioritize and really focus on reading is Malice by Heather Walter. This is a Sleeping Beauty retelling that's sapphic. Free from Four Paws in a Book just read this recently and absolutely loved it. And I was able to get it when last month for February they had the buy one get one 50% off Barnes & Noble, so I snagged this up. I don't know too much more about that. I just know that it's a sapphic retelling of Sleeping Beauty, and that is all I really need to know. The next one is the really well-known series V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic. I really need to get into V.E. Schwab. I think the writing style will really go well for me. I think from what I've heard, I think I will mix well with it. So I got this from Pango Books. I got a used copy of it and I just love the cover of this. So all I pretty much know about it, it's like the 4 Londons. I believe it's 4, and we have like gray London, red London, black London, and then one that I don't think people know about. Maybe it's only 3 Londons. I don't know, but it's something about different worlds split up, and yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this series. Even though I'm trying not to start as many series this year, fantasy typically tends to be series, so this will just be adding to my series count. The next one is a book that I don't know too much about. I got it from an Unplugged book box, and it is Capture the Crown by Jennifer Eastep. Oh yeah, I just know it's adult fantasy. When I was reading the back of this, it kind of gave me a little bit of the Cruel Prince vibes. I could totally be off, so don't like trust me on that one. But if you've read this one, let me know down in the comments below if it's any good, if it's worth me reading or keeping, and also am I on the right pathway of thinking it kind of sounded like the Cruel Prince, because I love the Cruel Prince series, so that might be a good sign. And the last adult fantasy that I would like to prioritize is Jade City by Fonda Lee. So I've heard such great things about this book. I know Ro absolutely love it. Pris was talking a lot about it. And so I had to snap it up myself. I think it is a trilogy and the last one just came out, so I can just binge this series, which makes me even happier if I really like it. But these books are super big and thick, and yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I just think I'm really gonna like it. So yeah, and if anyone wants to ever buddy read any of these, please let me know, because sometimes because they're so big, they're intimidating to get through, and so I might need that little extra help. All right, so now we're gonna go to my YA fantasy books that I would like to prioritize over the next couple months. And this one is The Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. So I feel like there's a lot of hype when this book first came out. I know it was some book club picks as well, and then the kind of hype died down, and I think there were a lot of mixed reviews on it. So I know that there's such a great amount of queer rep in this book. So I know Teresa from Sappho's Library really does enjoy and love this book, and it's been a lot of on her top books. I believe of last year it was on there. So I really like this cover, and I believe this is going to be a series as well. So I want to give it a chance, see if I like it or not. If I don't, then I'll just unhaul it, because it does take up a lot of room because it is a pretty big book. The next YA book that I want to focus on for my fantasy is House and Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. I believe this is a Persephone's retelling, perhaps. It was very popular, I think, on like Book Talk, and it got sucked in. I got sucked in by that. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm hoping I like it. I don't even know if it's actually Persephone's. I could totally be lying to you, and you know, whatever. The next one that's really popular is Iron Widow. It was on a lot of people's top books of 2021, and so I picked it up because I think it sounds super, super interesting, and I'm really, people say our main character is a strong, badass female, and I really, really like that in my fantasy novels. So I think this one will be a good match for me, and yeah, I'm just super excited to dive into this one, and I'm hoping to get this one on a TBR very soon. All right, the next one is an older YA series, and this is the Graceling, and I just love these stickers because I can't even see the author's last name. I literally know nothing about this book, but I absolutely loved the cover. I know Ashley from Frolic Through Fiction had talked about this series before, so that's why I picked the first one up. Series I have been redone, and these are the newer covers, and I do prefer these covers to the old covers. Yeah, YA fantasy. That's all I need to know, and I liked the covers, so why not? The last one that I really want to prioritize is Castle in the Bones by Laura Sebastian. First of all, this cover is absolutely amazing. This came out just recently at the end of February, maybe mid-February. It has something to do with princesses and a kingdom, and that's all I know. Honestly, this was an instant cover buy. YA fantasy, I was like sold. Just give it to me. So these are the books that are my fantasy books that I really want to prioritize and get to as soon as possible. Let me know down in the comments below if you think any of these should not be on this list and I should not prioritize, or if you think there's a fantasy book that I really, really need to read. Let me know down in the comments below, and I will include it on my like mental list of what books I need to get to. So if you want to take this crazy journey with me, please make sure you press that subscribe button. If you want my friend on any of my other social media platforms, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All the information is linked down below. So stay kind, loves. I'll see you next time. Bye.